is Jamie from Inky&Scrappy with my very first Craft Roulette Challenge card. I've been watching them for a little while. I just haven't found the time lately to actually do it. I probably started watching the beginning of summer. Corinne Wiskman had been on a while back, and so I was like, oh, I should check it out because it sounded fun, and I'm always up for a challenge, and I haven't done a challenge for me at least in quite a while. And so this one was fun. I usually don't get challenges done in a timely manner, but this time I did. So the parameters this week were fairly, to me, I thought they were fairly simple. So it was a circle for your project. It didn't have to be a circle project, but I made a circle card for mine. The color theme was Wizard of Oz, and it had to have a road on it, and it had to have, the random thing was add wings. So you'll see where I go with that one, I guess. So I pulled out my new Lawn Fawn road, of course, because obviously it's, you know, on the top. It was on my desk. It was easy to pull out. This one took me probably in total about 45 minutes to create from start to finish. So I did get a little bit of, you know, time to think about it. So I can't say that it was just an instantaneous thing. I did get a little bit of time to think about the circle, but that was only because I had time. So my circle ends up being a little bit, you know, a little more extra than it would have had to be if I was playing along when they actually filmed. I am still in the barn when they start. So I'm inking up the back here. So the colors were Wizard of Oz. And so I could have gone with the rainbow theme colors, but Mary had said that start of it was black and white. Now, honest to goodness, the Wizard of Oz really scared me when I was a kid. I don't know why, it just did. I don't know if it was Flying Monkeys or the Wicked Witch. It just creeped me out. Anyways, now that I'm older, I totally understand the Wicked Witch of the West. And I wish I had Flying Monkeys. But that's besides the point, right? So I decided to go with black and white, because that's what she said, black and white at the beginning of the movie, which, yes, there was black and white. And I was like, you know what? I haven't done a black and white card with a pop of color in years. It's one of my favorite ones to create, because it's just... it's simple because it's black and white, right? So black and white and grays. And then the pop of color, of course, was going to be ruby slippers because, let's be honest, everyone wants ruby slippers. Well, okay, I want ruby slippers. And I don't want my husband to give me funny looks. Anyways. So I die cut everything out that I needed. I die cut the circle, or the road from the circle die, the road and the hill with the circle die. Added that onto my panel here. I did die cut those trees from Tailored Expression with a gray scrap of paper. And I forget how glitter cardstock does not like things sticking to it. At least it's not as fast. I am using glitter art glue. It does hold. It was just, yeah, see, it doesn't, it's stuck to my finger before it stuck to the glitter paper. It happens. I have a mishap with the other side too. It's, you know, it happens. So yes, I lifted it up, pulled it off, and right here I end up moving it. It doesn't dry as fast. I guess that's probably where my issue comes in, because I'm not used to it not drying instantaneously. So I'm going to add my road white lines on my road, I guess, before I set that off to the side to actually dry so my trees stick. And then I will pull in my stamp set here. I am using a Lawn Fawn's Car Critters. It was the first thing that popped into my mind when it was a road. So I went with the Car Critters, and then when I was looking at it, I needed a winged thing, or I needed to add wings to something. So thinking about adding wings to the sky, and I thought, you know, if I'm keeping it black and white and super simple, let's just put some little birds inside the car. So my wings are added on the inside of the card. And then, of course, I'm pulling in some Hoo-Hoo markers for my ruby red car. So my last car's name was Sexy Ruby because, you know, she was Ruby and she was pretty. And I now have my brother's car, which is nicknamed TJ Turbo. It is also a ruby red car. I'm like, you know, red's not my favorite color. But when it comes to cars, I just think they're, I don't know, they're just so, like, bright and bold. And if they'd make a bright blue car in the car that I wanted, I would have had a blue one at some point. But, you know, I've yet to find my favorite color blue in a vehicle. And now that I have Tom's car, I'll have that one for as long as it runs, I'm sure. So for my little license plate, after I was done coloring my image and cutting it out, I was like, I was thinking about the "You Are Great" or "I Love You" one. But then I realized, oh, the little birdie set that I used, which was actually Extra Amazing Easter or something like that, or Extra Amazing, I don't remember what it was. I will list it down below. It has the little chirp in there for the bird, and I thought that would be adorable on the license plate. So of course, that's what ended up in the license plate. So now this is where I had a little bit of time to think, because I've done circle cards before, but they don't stand up very good when you get them, you know, like they just don't, you can't pop it up. Like it just doesn't work that way, right? So I was like, why not do an easel circle fun fold? So I'm just bringing in my scoreboard here. I am winging it. I have not done a circle fun fold ever, and so this was a first, and I was like, the little bit of knowledge I had, I was like, I think I can make it work. So keep in mind that my fold for my opening is not going to be where you would traditionally think of it to be, either on the top or on the side. It's kind of kittywampus. It's not going to be exactly where you would think it was. So that's why I didn't add my card front until I was almost done, because I was like, I need to, in my head, you know, think about this one a little bit more. So I'm bringing in my sentiment. I thought about putting the sentiment on front, and I just thought it would be fun. With that easel fold, I could include the sentiment that would be on the front on the inside, and you would actually see it when it sits open. And then I'm going to bring in an Avery L die. I think it's the Simple Sentiment dies, so they fit multiple different size sentiments, and just finding the right one that worked for my sentiment strip here. I will treat my ruby red cardstock here with some anti-static powder, double stamp it with my Versamark ink. It probably would have been okay with the one stamp, but I like to make sure, especially with the Misty, it's nice to make sure you have a very good, juicy embossing ink on there for embossing powder. So I'm using Brutus Monroe's Alabaster White. I'm going to heat set that quick, and then I will run that through the die cut machine quick, lining it up, looking for my tape. Yes, it's always there, but it's always under something. It's like the never-ending search party on my desk. Happens all the time. So I'm bringing that back, and I'm going to pop that up just a little bit. I need to bring in a very thin foam adhesive here. It's just, I'm thinking this is like a scrap from a full adhesive sheet. And so I'm trying to decide exactly where it needs to be so my little road and card is going to fit standing up. Sorry, I'm off screen. I forgot I was that zoomed in. Yeah. It doesn't happen that I'm usually, you know, further up. So, and then all I have to do is add my card base on here, or my card onto my card base. I decided to pop up the top a little bit and just glue the bottom down. So I'm just holding it there to get it to sit, or to set, I should say. And so it kind of pops out on the top. And then of course I have some ruby slippers. Nouveau crystal drops, glitter drops. They're glitter drops, not crystal drops. And then I'm going to glitter my car. So, you know, my ruby slipper car needs to be all covered in ruby slipper glitter. It's just how it goes, right? I probably should have just done the whole car. By the time I was done, it was close enough to being all the way done. And then I felt that it needed just a little something, because they're obviously going to be, you know, singing or chatting or whatever. Okay, so if it's me, I was going to be singing in the car. My husband would probably be rolling his eyes and going, oh my gosh, not again. So there are the little tunes coming out of the car window. And that finishes up my first submission for the Craft Roulette Challenge. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have an amazing day. Go ahead and check them out. It's kind of fun. I will try to get another one in soon. It depends on my schedule, but I hope you have an amazing day. Keep getting inky. Bye!